Welcome in, my name is Ryan. In this video, I am going to be answering even more questions about us piano players. Why do pianists move so much? That's kind of funny. Not everyone does, but yeah, lots of piano players have a little movement when they play. Part of it's a habit, right? You get used to something and that's what you always do. But also I think lots of piano players are trying to feel the bigger beat, what's kind of going on with the music, not just every single note. We're trying to get some motion. It's also a good way not to tense up when you're playing piano. If you're staying really still, your whole body feels tight. It's not really good for you or your technique or your muscles or anything. Next up, we have why do pianists shake their heads? Yes, some pianists, this is kind of like the why do piano players move, but yeah, some pianists, like when they want to be expressive, do the I don't really know why. I think it might just be like they're trying to be dramatic, trying to tell themselves, well, my head shakes, dramatic chord. But yeah, some piano players really shake their head when they play. So it's a little awkward, but you know, it kind of makes them who they are. Oh, this is a good one. Are pianists ambidextrous? I mean, it depends on what your qualifications are. At the piano, yes, to a certain degree. Once you get away from the piano, pianists don't retain the whole equal hand skills. Like at other skills in life, they're typically not ambidextrous. However, if you ask a piano player to do a specific skill with their left hand, we're often decent at training our left hand to do something like that because our left hand gets used. I know people who are their right hand dominant. They haven't done anything but use their right hand their entire life. And yeah, they can't learn any skills with the left hand. They're just very not left-handed. So to answer your question, no, we're not all ambidextrous, but somewhat skilled with both hands. All right, I haven't been too offended yet, so good question. Are pianists in demand? I feel like the two people asking this question are people who are wanting to go into the field of music, and they're like, oh, are they just in demand? Or you're hiring a piano player, and you're trying to decide how little you can pay them because you're trying to figure out, are they in demand? And I would say, yeah, even though it seems like the whole world is going digital, there seems to be steady requests if you're okay with playing weddings, you're okay with playing events, for piano players, and make sure you pay your piano players well, because if you are not a piano player and you're hiring one for an event, just know that asking them to play for 1 hour, if they charge you way more money than you can imagine paying for 1 hour, you're not paying them for 1 hour work. You're paying them to get in touch with you, to practice your music, to like get to the event, drive there, drive home. So pay your pianist well, because they will say good things about you and you will find more piano players in the future. We're doing good. Up next we have are pianists attractive? I don't know. You tell me. Are pianists artists? No, not every piano player is by default an artist. Not every painter, just because you can use a paintbrush and rub it around on canvas, does that make you an artist? Now you could say everything is art, right? That is one definition of art. Art is whatever you want to say art is. But I would say in general, are you an artist unless you're making music, or if you're just, good at pushing the buttons down? You can just push the buttons down, in the right sequence, and you're playing Mozart or Beethoven or Brahms or Chopin, but you're just accomplishing the rhythm and notes, and there's nothing going on musically behind it. I'd say no, you're not an artist. However, yes, in general, pianists are artists. Why do pianists have long fingers? This is probably like if you play basketball, you get taller. If you play piano, your fingers get longer. That's not really true. I think it's partially just an optical illusion. Like I don't have long fingers relative to my hand. I don't have long fingers. I have a very big hand. I can reach a 10th. I can fake an 11th. More broad here, not necessarily long fingers. I think sometimes it looks like pianists' fingers are very long because lots of people, if I say, hey, spread your hand out as wide as you can, people who start piano, especially as an adults will do this. And like, that's as far as my fingers will separate. And, piano players typically have pretty good stretch because our fingers have to work individually. So I think when you see a piano player playing and they're reaching things, it just looks like they have long fingers because their hands are so spread out. At least that's my theory. Why do pianists move their mouths? Most of us don't. I won't say most. I feel like lots of us don't. There are a few famous ones in particular who move their mouths. Some people are literally mouthing stuff to them, like, oh, I'm going to do that. And I think some people, maybe it's just like a habit and they've started, twitching or something and they can't stop. But yeah, it's kind of weird to me too. Why do pianists sway? Yeah, piano players definitely do the whole, it's kind of an awkward sway because I'm trying to avoid my microphone while I do it. But piano players definitely sway. Actually, there's a really good reason for this. A really good reason. You often don't want, when you're playing piano, to be like doing every beat like with your head like bobbing basically, because it often makes you play a little more unmusically if you're just like. So often piano players are trying to capture a feeling of a bigger beat, like one sway per measure to a measure, something like. And it's just a way of kind of embodying that, I think, in your body, embodying that in your body, but trying to really feel that bigger beat, the bigger motion of the line, like rather than just boom, 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 boom. But I'm trying to move to here and then, okay, calm down a little bit. So often they kind of do it with the dramatic elements of the piece. And there's my answers to even more questions about us piano players. If you have anything else you'd like to hear answered, ask in the comments down below. See you guys.